Good morning, students. Welcome to today's maths class, Regression Analysis. Hope all are doing great. Yeah, I miss you all, students. Today, my topic is Regression Analysis. First, we will see the definition, the statistical method which helps to estimate or predict the unknown value of one variable from the known value of the related variable is called regression. Okay, this is the definition. You can have a look. The statistical method which helps to estimate or predict the unknown value of one variable from the known value of the related variable is called regression. We discussed about correlation. Yeah, in correlation, what we discuss in correlation, we discuss it is a relationship between the two variables. Yeah, x variable and the y variable. In regression, the difference between regression and correlation. From the definition, you can say, students, in correlation, we identify the relationship between the two variables. But in regression, it helps us to estimate or predict the unknown value when there is a known variable is given. Okay. And this regression was first used by a mathematician called Francis Galton. Okay, he was the one who introduced this term regression. Okay. Here is a graph. Okay, I have made a graph between the study time and the grade. So when the study time increases, automatically the performance of the student will increase. Okay, and what I have done is I have drawn a straight line. Okay, there are many points. Okay, you have a point here, you have a point here, here, but I have taken the line of best fit, a straight line which exactly fits the point. Okay, the line of best fit. It is called regression line. Okay, this equation is written as y is equal to mx plus c, where m is your slope. Okay, basically you should know what is linear regression. Linear regression is nothing which is the line of best fit. Okay, students, and this linear regression has one independent variable and one dependent variable, which means here you have study time, one variable. Okay, grade, it is in the y-axis, it has y variable. Okay, we can take study time as independent variable because study time is an independent variable and grade is your dependent variable. Grade depends upon the study time. Okay, students, so you have one independent variable and one dependent variable. I'll explain more clearly with an example. Okay, here we go. So you can have a look on the example. Okay, assume that you're going to open up a factory. Okay, and you want to promote the product. Yeah, in order to promote the product, definitely we have to invest in the advertisement. Yeah, so I have taken for the first year, the amount you're going to invest for advertisement is null term 10,000, we assume, and I'm going to sell, you know, when I invest 10,000 null term, my sale is going to be around 5 lakhs. Okay, students, similarly, if I'm going to invest in the second year, okay, I'm going to invest on advertisement for 90,000, my sale is going to be for 45 lakhs per annum. Just an assumption. Similarly, if you're going to invest for 80,000, the sale is going to be 39 lakhs. If I'm going to invest for 95,000 in advertisement, again the sale is going to be 48 lakh 50,000. Okay, these are the assumptions. Okay, and now my question is, if I'm going to make a sale of 60 lakh, okay, if I'm going to make a sale of 60 lakh, how much I should invest in the advertisement? What is the money I'm going to invest in the advertisement for the 5th year? Okay, first year you just invested, blindly. Okay, you just, depending upon the sales you have invested in the advertisement. Okay, but finally you want to predict, if I'm going to get a sale of 60 lakhs, what amount I should invest for the advertisement. Here we can clearly say this advertisement is dependent on the sale. Yeah, advertisement is dependent on the sales. So I'm taking advertisement as X variable, sales as Y variable. Okay, I can write this as ad depends upon the sales. The advertisement depends upon the sales. Am I right, students? Which means I can write this ad is X. Okay, and the sale is Y. Ad is dependent on the sales. X depends upon Y. Am I right? I can write this as X depends upon Y. Okay, and I can write this as, okay, I can write this as BXY. X dependent on Y. This BXY is nothing but regression coefficient of X on Y. Okay, BXY is a regression coefficient of X on Y, where X is depending on Y variable. You can have a look. Okay, when the sale is 10,000, when the sale is 5 lakh, okay, the advertisement is 10,000. Okay, initially invested 10,000 for advertisement. My sale was 5 lakh. Okay, in the first year. Similarly, second year I have invested 90,000. I have invested, or you have invested, fine. Okay, but it is an assumption, and the sale is going to be 45 lakhs. Okay, similarly we are going to do it in the third year, fourth year, but fifth year we are going to predict how much you're going to invest in advertisement. Here the advertisement is dependent upon the sale, which means X is dependent on sale. Okay, X depend upon Y. Okay, that can be written as BXY, which is the regression coefficient of X on Y. Okay, from this I can write the equation for X on Y. Okay, before I get into the regression equations, we will also discuss about another example, okay, for the regression coefficient. Here if you see, in the first year the same thing, we are going to invest for 10,000. Okay, we assume 10,000, and the sale is going to be 5 lakh, then 90,000, then 80,000, then 95,000. Okay, I'm going to get the sales like this. Now what will be my sales if I'm going to invest 1,25,000 in the advertisement? Okay, so what you can conclude from here? Exactly, here the sale is depending upon the X. We have to find the value of Y. we are going to predict the value of y, okay, where you already know the x variable. Okay, this is called regression. This is how we are going to estimate or predict the unknown value. Okay, students, now I can write this as sale is depending upon the advertisement, which means your sale is your y variable. Yeah, sale is your y variable. Sale y is dependent upon, or it depends upon the advertisement, which is your x variable. Okay, in terms of regression, I can write this as byx. What is your byx? It is the regression coefficient of y on x. Y on x. Understood, students, how we are applying this practically to find the regression? Yeah, great. Okay. Now we'll move on to the regression equations. Okay, there are two important equations you have to remember. Okay, the first one is regression equation of y on x. Okay, when I take the class, you can make a note in your classwork so that it will be easy for you to understand. Regression equation of y on x, which means y is dependent on x variable. Okay, that is the concept. Okay, and y is unknown. Okay, we have to find where x is the known variable. Yeah, the formula is, the equation is y minus y bar is equal to byx times x minus x bar. Say along with me. Y minus y bar is equal to byx into x minus x bar, where y bar is the arithmetic mean of y variable, x bar is the arithmetic mean of the x variable. What is byx? Byx is the regression coefficient of y on x. There is a formula for byx also. Okay, I have written here. You can just copy it. There are two formulas, students. Okay, but you can follow whatever you are convenient. Okay, all right. So this is going to be a little simple and easier to remember. Okay, byx is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x times summation of y divided by n. The whole term is divided by summation of x square minus summation of x the whole square divided by n, where n is the number of terms. N is the number of terms. You can just have a look. And you can copy it. Okay, students. Next, regression equation of x on y. Regression equation of x on y, the formula is x minus x bar is equal to bxy times y minus y bar. So bxy is your regression coefficient of x on y. Bxy means what? X is dependent on y. X is dependent on y variable. Okay. Your x bar, y bar is your arithmetic mean. Okay, students. And then you can just have a look. Bxy, the formula for bxy is summation of xy minus summation of x times summation of. Good morning, students. Welcome. Today we discussed about regression. Okay, what is the meaning of regression? Regression is a statistical method to predict or estimate, okay, estimate the unknown value of one variable from the known value of the related variable is called regression. We discussed about what is dependent variable and independent variable. Yeah, and then I have shown you a graph related to regression, the linear regression. Right, students? This is the graph. The line of best fit is called the linear regression or regression line. Then we also discussed about the sales and advertisement. Okay, this is a practical example of regression analysis. Here we are going to predict the y, okay, where x is already known, which means y is dependent on x, that is sales is dependent on the advertisement, right? And then I can write this as byx, which is the regression coefficient of y on x, correct? Similarly, then we discussed the same, the same example. You have advertisement, you have sales. I'm investing 10,000 in my first year, okay, and the sale is going to be 5 lakh. Then in the 5th year, if I'm going to get the sale of 60 lakhs, what will be the investment in the advertisement? So here the advertisement is dependent on sale, that is x is dependent on y variable. Yeah, advertisement is depending upon the sales. I can write this as bxy, regression coefficient of x on y. Correct, students? And finally, here we go, the formula for byx. We discussed about regression equation of y on x and the regression equation of x on y. Remember the formula, which is very, very important for board exam point of view. Okay, students. Now what you can do is you can take page number 1713 from your textbook. You can copy the definition. Okay, what is the meaning of regression? You can copy from page 17.3. You can also copy what is linear regression. Okay, and then you can write what do you mean by regression lines and correlation. You also have some graphical representation. You can copy it. Okay, no need to copy this. Okay, and then you can also take down the form of regression equation. There you can see the formula. Okay, so you can take this formula which I have discussed in the video also. All right, and then similarly the regression equation of x on y, it's given here. You can just make a note. Okay, students, and then you can also take page number 1711 and you can write down the regression equations. Okay, what are the regression equations given? Okay, and then no need to take normal equations. All right, so these things, okay, just take down the regression equations, this tabular column. All right, students, in the next video I'll discuss about the properties of regression coefficients, which is very, very important. I'll take it in my next video. Okay, hope you have enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Yeah, and thanks for watching the video.